right, so what we're starting with here is our possible answers are angle, angle, side, 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 or side, angle, side. We know ABC is an isosceles triangle, and XYZ is an isosceles triangle, and angle B and angle Y are congruent to each other. Remember with isosceles triangles that opposite sides are equal to each other, therefore they're proportional. So ABC is an isosceles triangle. I'm just going to say ISS, and then make a triangle picture for it. Okay, so what we can do here is this. If this is an isosceles triangle, I can say that side AB is equal or congruent to BC, and this is by definition of an isosceles. Number 3, triangle, oops, this should have a triangle in front of it. Triangle XYZ is an isosceles. We should be paying attention, please. Triangle. That is given. Therefore, what that means is XY is congruent to YZ. And this is by definition of isosceles. Okay. Step 5. Angle B is congruent to angle Y. That's given. And you could have put these givens together and then put these together, so you could have had 2 less steps here if you needed. Okay, and then step 6, AB over XY is equal to BC over YZ. This is by definition of isosceles as well. Those have to be proportional to each other if that angle is right in between. So now we can say that triangle ABC is similar to triangle XYZ by, and this is side, angle, side. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to keep that up for a second. That was a lot of writing. The back, we're not going to do proofs. We're just going to go through and do some finding out the length of sides if we know the 2 triangles are similar. Those were the ones that you guys had trouble with on this last quiz. So we're going to do those. And then I'm going to go over a homework problem. And then we'll move on. Okay, I'm going to flip it over. No. So remember, you could have reduced this, and instead of 7 steps, this could have been 5 steps if we put some of the isosceles things together. Okay. Anybody who still doesn't have this down either is going to have to copy a partner and copy mine later because we do need to move on. I'm going to flip this over. We're going to look at example 2A. We've got to figure out which sides are corresponding to each other. So 5 goes with which one? H. Good. So we go 5 over H equals what? What has to go on the top of this other fraction? 6.5. It is the smaller triangle. It has to go on the top. So what goes on the bottom? Layla, don't.
91.
Thank you. Okay. I know. You just want to answer so quick you don't give some people a chance.
I can do it.
5 times 91. You can be quiet. Is that what you said? I'm just teasing you, Layla. I'm just teasing. Sit down, sit down. I'm just teasing. Okay, and then 6.5 times H. And then what do I do to get H by itself? Divide by 6.5. That was a good try, Layla. I'm proud. Okay, so H equals 70. We divide 455 divided by 6.5 gives us 70. 5 times 91. Okay. Yep. Okay. 5 over H, 6.5 over 91. You got how I got those, right, Abby? Okay. 5 times 91 is 455. H times 6.5 is 6.5H. Divide by 6.5. Yep. Okay. We're moving on to B. What do I want to put here? What is 7? What does H go with?
25.
25. Good. Okay. And then this is harder. 7 goes with what?
28.
Not 28. I want this whole thing. So what's 28 plus 7? 35. Good. So I'm going to go H over 25 equals 7 over 35. And then I'm going to cross multiply. And I get 35H equals 175. We're okay so far? Where I got all that? Yep. And I get H equals 5. Okay, we're going to do one more, and then I'm going to go over the homework. Okay, moving this up. All right, I got to zoom out a little bit so you guys can see the whole picture. Okay. So we can do this one or two ways. We can do the person over the distance, the person's height, so height over distance to mirror. Or we could do height over height, distance to mirror over distance to mirror. Okay, so if the height of this person is 6, I want to put it over, what is the height of the tree? What am I going to label it? X. Okay. So what goes on top of the second one? 2. Good. The distance here. And what goes on the bottom? 24. Okay, so we did height of the person over height of the tree. Distance from the person to the mirror, distance from the tree to the mirror, right? Person goes on top, tree goes on the bottom is kind of what we're doing. 6 times 24 is 144. 2 times x is 2x. Divide both sides by 2, and x equals 72 feet. Okay, let's look at a homework problem. Okay, let's look at, how about number 2? These are pretty straightforward proofs, guys. We've got statements on one side, reasons on the other. I know M and P are congruent, O and Q are congruent, so these triangles are similar by what? Angle, angle, right? Okay, so step 1, M congruent to P. O congruent to Q. Let's do it both at once, and then we have a smaller one. That's given. Yep. Better? Okay. Number 2, triangle OMN is similar to triangle DBC by what? Angle, angle. That's it. It's the whole proof. To write down 2 things. Come on, Abby. Okay, so this is the rest of your time. If you finish early, you should work on your review. You might want to take it. The more you get done of the review tonight and tomorrow in class, the less you have to do over the weekend, right? Because it's due on Monday.